This matter came me on the information from the Speaker Kofa, and that's the matter the Supreme Court heard today. I want to speak to the nature of the matter in terms of why the Supreme Court or the arguments and everything that was done there, because I'm prohibited from doing that as a lawyer myself. I cannot speak to the merits of the argument and everything else that went on in there. We leave that with the Supreme Court. Hopefully, in the shortest possible time, the Supreme Court will come down with his opinion. So we should all bear patience and wait for the Supreme Court to come down with his opinion. Well, I wouldn't want to pass judgment again, because probably doing so might infringe upon my role as a lawyer myself as well. So I wouldn't want to pass that judgment, because the thing is important that we all have an understanding as to how the court system works. Now, when the matter is at the level of the Supreme Court, or if it is in court, when the matter is in court, that means it is sub judice. They has taken seize of that matter. And so members of the public, including lawyers, are prohibited from speaking to them until the Supreme Court renders a decision. So I want to abide firmly by that. I want to wait. I don't want to make any judgment. I don't want to pass any opinion about what's going to happen until we all hear from the Supreme Court. And I'm sure that, let me just add that I trust the Supreme Court. I believe in the integrity of the Supreme Court. And I must assure you that the Supreme Court will ensure that justice is done in this matter.
As a chair, you chair the Senate committee. Right.
Firmly.
So it means that you took a side.
Well, it's not about taking side. It's about expressing my opinion as to what I thought was the best way to proceed and resolve the matter. That it was not about taking side. My position was not about who was in the right and who was in the wrong. It was what the law. I was speaking about what the law said. What is the law in this matter? And I only quoted the law. Look, in a matter like this is how the law says it should be handled.
Further clarification so the matter can be resolved. But remember, I'm saying they're going to resolve that issue.
How did they resolve that issue, sir?
Well, the court will let it finish.
Senator Michael, in the midst of everything that's happening here, you are at the Liberal Senate. The Senate is working closely with the major. Do you think this ruling and the Bureau of Information, everything is even necessary when the Senate is already working with the majority?
Well, the reality is we still have two speakers. That is the reality. The reality of the country is still improper. You got to face a reality. There's a political reality, there's a legal reality. The political reality is, yes, the Senate is working with, quote-unquote, a majority bloc, which majority is not within the country. There's no way you find majority in the country. Listen, if you have an opportunity to go to be in the court, you are listening to the justices asking questions. There's no word called majority. And they're very clear, by just listening to the questions, they were very clear. They said that the actions of the quote-unquote majority was ultra-viral, and they still remain ultra-viral because they still got called Speaker Cooper. And Cooper needs to have the majority. The Constitution Article 30 is very clear. It says the Speaker shall continue to preside and compare other program. But he's presiding other program camp, so they have to find a common ground. So we really have problems.
Are we going to see a shift at some point where the Senate will rethink on this?
Well, depending on the ruling of the court, the Senate will, of course.
So you, the first branch of government, you're going to be acting based on what comes from another branch of government?
But that's the Constitution. The Constitution, they have the authority to interpret the Constitution. We have the authority, the legislature have the authority to make the law. The executive authority is to enforce it. And the branch of government that has the authority to interpret the law. When the law is interpreted, we are under obligation to abide by the interpretation. So if it is very clear that the guys are acting unconstitutionally, you can rest assured that certain members of the Senate, we hope, the entire Senate will abide by the ruling of the Supreme Court.
But so even up there, the court also noted that even if the majority black are up to 1,000, that does not give them the right to go and preside in another area.
Exactly.
Does it mean that the House of Elders have been doing business with an illegal group?
At this stage, I'm telling you, at this stage, we'll follow the ruling. We're waiting for the final ruling.
Thank you very much.
We'll follow the final ruling. The final ruling will be the one we will follow. And if the ruling says that that group is acting illegally, I can assure you that the Senate will obey the ruling of the court.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
That's the voice of Senator Nathaniel McGill of Mangibi County. So, folks, you are listening to some of those who are on the grounds of the Temple of Justice to ensure that they listen to the interpretation of the Supreme Court, especially the Bill of Information that was filed by Imbato Speaker J. Fonati Kofau. Currently, you have the arguments ongoing within the fourth bench, and both lawyers from the two parties, they are all represented in making their case, coming up with why is it the majority bloc were illegal, and lawmakers representing the majority bloc are also saying the action of the majority lawmakers were right, and they were following the rightful procedures. So, folks, we still right here. This is School TV. My name is Will Wilfred Dorsey. Please like, follow, and share our page.